Make some noise, Blizzard Arena. Let's get into it. It's going to be Envyus to kick us off.
And one thing here, Mitch, that FaZe Clan can throw at Envyus that we didn't see yesterday in Envyus's match is really Shadowburn can play a pretty good Pharah. I think they can definitely throw that at Seagull and Envy. And then I think it's interesting how Envy would react, because Seagull primarily only playing Pharah for this Envyus lineup. They'll start things off with a triple DPS comp. What do they do if the Pharah doesn't work? Do they switch Seagull to a Zarya? Do they move Effect off of the Tracer? That'll be interesting to see.
Again, it's going to be like playing whack-a-mole with all these threats on the side of Envyus, triple DPS, and McCree even being thrown into the mix, which is a big alarm bell ringing for Carpe, for example, who needs to be very careful of how close he gets, lest that flash catches him unawares. So far, Envyus have at least taken position here. They know they're in a decent spot to do a bit of brawling. They got a lot of front-loader damage available to them, and Seagull's more than happy to perch up here on the lighthouse. Point not quite captured, should I say. Envyus are just going to get a tickle at the moment, hoping that FaZe Clan come to the party.
Yeah, they've got FaZe on the point. Spree and Carpe are there, just trying to contest this. It's going to be the point going over to FaZe here at the beginning, but FaZe collapses on the point. You don't have your diva in her mech. Seagull comes down, rains a bunch of rockets. Oh, by the way, you have Effect coming through on the Tracer, Taimu on the McCree. There's just so much damage for FaZe Clan to deal with.
Matt, you're at the beach. Seagulls are not that uncommon a sight, but when there's one sat behind you shooting rockets, you'd think they'd turn to try and address that particular issue. It was not the case, and for Seagull, it was like picking fruit from the tree, ripe as you like, and now Taimu has an opportunity to set up and use this high ground. He's got so much coverage over the middle part of the map. FaZe Clan, before they even think about trying to contest this point, they need to deal with the bulk of Envy's setup, interpose between them and their goal.
Well, we talked about yesterday during the Envy match, it's like, who do you prioritize in terms of targets? Who do you go after? You see Shadowburn here just shooting at Taimu up in the sky. Taimu will pop the Deadeye. Oh, almost connects with Rockets there. Will throw a flash, doesn't connect with Joe Meister, but makes it very difficult to figure out who you're going to go after first. It'll be Seagull taking out Back Fiction. Carpe answers it back. It'll be the res coming in from Chips, bringing Seagull back into the fight.
Yep. Shadowburn's turn to come in with a barrage, but he's cut down. Both Pharahs are off the map for the most part here. The Resus was there. Well, Shadowburn and Fact Fiction to get back up on their feet, but it was a little bit too late. And now Taimu, it's free reign to work around the point. Again, you notice so far in this round, Taimu's really been careful of breaking line of sight from the threats of FaZe Clan. We saw him earlier before the point was contested, really making sure he was out of sight, trying to get the drop on towards Shadowburn and Raucous with that Deadeye. Didn't work out, but you see the rest of Envyus was there and ready to deliver. It's 49-30, FaZe Clan in control, and now the buck stops at Envyus to make their move.
Yeah, and Envy has the sound barrier if they want to invest into this fight. FaZe Clan, though, you have Back Fiction with the Primal Rage, can extend the fight on the point. You also have a sound barrier of your own. Carpe uses his Pulse Bomb, doesn't get anything for it. It'll be Envy using the sound barrier.
Effect really not doing too much back and forth there, just trying to whittle down this Diva mech. Seagull's taking down Shadowburn off of screen, but Carpe gets on towards Taimu there, picks him up, and in the process, the mech of Spree was destroyed. Now Effect to try and get up in the face of Raucous. He's found him. It's a slap to the back of the head, and that's going to be enough to dispatch the Mercy. Coco and Effect are also there, and you better believe this man is hard to catch.
Effect just doing so much work on the point. Seagull getting close to a barrage. You have Chips getting close to a res here. Yet again, Carpe makes the switch, so he goes over to McCree now, which I think is interesting because now you lose a lot of that pressure that you could have put on Taimu, that you could have put on Harry, in the back line, because you don't have that Tracer to get all the way back there.
And you forfeit a lot of survivability playing McCree. He needs to be babysat, but Raucous is busy dealing with Shadowburn, so Carpe needs to play these margins very, very safely if he can. Seagull as well, more than happy to sit back here. Notice Chips is damage boosting, but he's looking for Raucous. He might have found a juicier target than his opposition number, but Carpe's found Taimu in the meantime. Seagull still hunting his quarry. Could Raucous get out? Yes! He gets to the safety of the bubble just in time, but Shadowburn finds him suspended in midair using the barrage, and Shadowburn is an easy target for him to pick off, but this is always the problem. Envyus have more threats than you can keep track of, and those threats have done work on towards the point. 96%, FaZe Clan trying to get towards the point, but this fight is done and dusted. Spree over the edge, and that's it. Round one going towards Envyus. Rather anticlimactic finish to a round. That was said in the interview. Taimu has the understanding that FaZe like to play their comfort picks. Shadowburn struggled up against Sani yesterday on that Pharah pick as well. It's not just Seagull that's been outdoing him in that regard. And he's a very, very competent Pharah, is Shadowburn. But now he's back to a bit of a comfort pick. Just as we said, it's going to be the Genji.
So we've seen this a little bit during the regular season from Envy as well. Taimu on the Roadhog. And we've only seen it on Gibraltar. You're going to see it here on Ilios. It's something that they can throw at you as well. Now, you were saying, maybe, Effect or Seagull, they'll be the ones that run the second tank. It'll be Taimu here. Shadowburn cuts right through Chips at the beginning. Seagull gonna lose his mercy. Not gonna be able to play that aggressive in the sky now.
Shadowburn more than happy to pick low-hanging fruit when it's got a halo and some angel wings. There's no doubt about that. Point not quite captured by Faze Clan. They do have the advantage as they move forward. And let's keep an eye on this Roadhog as the round continues, because Spree needs to have his wits about him. Obviously, there's nothing you can do to prevent a hook coming in as that D.Va. You're going to get hooked in, and a lot of damage towards you can really get rid of that mech early on in the piece. But Shadowburn, again, he finds effect before the fight even starts. Maybe a slight overextension there for the Korean national, and Taimu, really all he can do is try and poke into the point and find some free damage.
Yeah, with those early picks coming out from Shadowburn, not going to make much progress to get back towards the point. See, Faze Clan, you're building up towards a Dragon Blade. Taimu just trying to land one of these hooks here, but with Carpe and Shadowburn just flying around, it'll be very difficult for him to get any work done. You see Shadowburn in the sky going at Chips and Seagull yet again.
Taimu now as well, just going to take a breather for a moment. Pulse Bomb comes in, he hooks Carpe in. That's the taste of his own medicine he never wished he'd have to deal with. So that's going to be a trade out. Ultimately, they're in effect now in the absence of his opposite number, is able to hunt down Joe Meister, Spree, and Fact Fiction. This is what happens when you leave a Tracer to his own devices, especially one as masterful as Effect. Wiping the floor with FaZe Clan. The cleanup crew was there. And now it's going to be 7% to 43. Envyus control for the first time this round.
And Shadowburn's going to have that Dragon Blade coming into the next fight. You don't have a sound barrier here for Envy. You're going to have the res here quite soon for Chips. See Effect coming behind enemy lines. That is a Pulse Bomb. Raucus, nothing you can do about that. He's very close to Transcendence as well, so it's going to force FaZe Clan to back up a little bit. Now, you got to always wonder, usually we see with the Dragon Blade, right? Maybe you see Coco bring out the Primal Rage, knock players back. You have the whole hog now at your disposal as well. You can use that, knock players back, do a ton of damage as well.
If you force a Genji into reflecting during his Dragon Blade, you've done a heck of a lot of work. You've essentially cut down half of the duration of that very impactful fight-winning ultimate, purely for the purposes of the Genji to keep himself alive. That's going to be scary. Transcendence forced out already. FaZe now needs to work off the back end. That was not well timed at all. Clearly, Raucus knew he had to go for it. That's the threat of this Pharah now. FaZe are trying to do something with that healing ultimate. Chips goes down yet again. It's been hard for him to avoid Shadowburn thus far. But that's it. Transcendence is now gone. It's going to be Joe Meister coming in get another support ultimate to this fight. FaZe Clan know they need to get back in control. Double support ultimates down, and Envyus might just be happy to let this happen. They've got 2 support ultimates for themselves to ration out for the rest of the round.
I mean, Envy, they're going to get up to about 65% here. You see Harry Hook still on the point. It's going to be a 3-bit res coming out from Chips, so the fight definitely not over. Envy building up more percentage. Taimu trying to stay alive. He'll use the whole hog, trying to knock players back. The blade will come out from Shadowburn. The point, though, goes in favor to FaZe Clan. Envy now, in the next fight, you'll have a sound barrier, you have your barrage. We'll see how they plan to attack here. You know, no support ultimates are going to be online for FaZe. Raucus has actually built up quite well towards that Transcendence yet again, just using at the beginning of the last fight.
One fight.
Yeah.
One fight, and he's now at 95%. That is exceedingly quick. We can see the FaZe Clan will approach the point here. Just looking for that left side in the back corner. Harry Hook knows now he needs to try and get the sound barrier onto as many people as possible. That's why Envyus want to move together as a unit and try and take control of the point. Coco's gone very deep though. It's a mission in towards the back lines. Funny enough, but Carpe still fell in the hands of Effect. And look at that, Envyus take the point without a fight. This is big. Another Transcendence forced out after FaZe Clan come into the fight at a disadvantage. Again, this is not what they're looking for here. They're not getting their ducks in a row. Envyus didn't even have to fight for the point, and now they can sit back.
Well, you just see the damage that Seagull is putting down onto Raucus. They're trying to focus it with the defense matrix, but there's the pressure coming through the front. Raucus finally gets the better of Seagull, but you see with having a great Pharah adds to this Envy lineup.
Resurrect available for Chips. He actually uses it now for tempo. He gets Seagull back on his feet. They know that FaZe are going to be desperate to try and retake control. Sound barrier used somewhat earlier in the fight, and there's minimal amount of value that's going to be attained from that one. Envy is now in a position to fight back. Raucus is down in the back line. Taimu went deep for that kill, and Shadowburn is being harried all the way through to the point. The jump hit from Coco, that was a great follow-up for Effect, and he is going to be all over this point. Both DPSs are forward to his hand. A Pulse Bomb is going to be just around a corner, and Envyus are cruising here to take this first map away, but Effect, a Pulse Bomb that takes him out, but still, guess who's up in the sky? It's Seagull, your man.